Okay, sir. Good morning, my dear ladies and gentlemen. Knowledge can only be gotten one way, the way of experience. There is no other way to know. With these words of Swami Vivekananda, I, Niveta, on the behalf of School of Management, Sri Krishna College of Technology, would like to welcome everybody for our today's webinar on career opportunities in Industry 4.0. I hand over it to Ms. Manojita.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome our chairperson and managing director, Srimati Malavili Madam, Sri Krishna College Institutions, Coimbatore, to our webinar meeting, who is serving as a backbone of our institution and encouraging all of our efforts. It's my extreme pleasure to welcome our principal, Dr. Sri Vidya Ma'am, Sri Krishna College of Technology, Coimbatore, to our webinar, who is a constant support for all of our endeavors. We welcome you, ma'am. I would like to welcome our source of superpower, our head of the department, Dr. Padmavati ma'am, School of Management, Sri Krishna College of Technology, Coimbatore, whose vibrant energy is making our department a successful one. We welcome you, ma'am. I hand over to Ms. Maushmi.
Good morning, everyone. If you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, you will fail above everyone else's success. With this inspirational quotes of James Cameron, I'm delighted to welcome our today's chief guest, Ms. Revati Jaykumar, Product Owner, Industry 4.0 Learning Solution at Max by Technology, to our webinar. It's a pleasure to welcome you to our School of Management, Sri Krishna Technology, ma'am. I hand over to Sujita.
Good morning, everyone. You have to be burning with an idea or a problem or a wrong that you want to get right. If you are not passionate enough from the start, you will never stick it out. With this motivational words of Steve Jobs, I am pleased to give introduction about our today's chief guest. Mrs. Revati Jayakumar has completed her BTech specialized in biotechnology in Bannari Amman Institute of Technology from 2010 to 2014. After completion of her undergraduation, she worked in BWR company as associate for a period of 2 years. After that, she pursued her MBA specialized in marketing from Shri Krishna College of Engineering and Technology during the period of 2016 to 2018. Once her post graduation is over, she worked in Focus Academy for career enhancement as operations analyst for 1 year. After that, she made a switch to Max Byte Technology, where she served as assistant manager in months and now as a product owner for Industry 4.0 learning solutions for the past 2 years. She is a marketing professional skilled in research, analytics, team management, and communication. Once again, we welcome you, ma'am. We kindly request Mrs. Revati Jayakumar to address the gathering.
Okay, so thank you everybody for giving me a very warm welcome, and I'm really thankful to Karthikeyan sir for calling me for this session, and to be actually I am an alumni of my SKCET. On SKCET I've been there, so I have done my masters in business administration in SKCET. So thank you so much team for having me here.
Yeah, we are really happy.
Yes, thank you so much. And good morning, everybody. So, this is a Saturday morning, so maybe I'll not take more than 40 to 40 minutes. So, I'll not waste your weekend. So, just I'm sharing my screen and please let me know if it is visible.
Sure, ma'am.
So, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's
Yes, ma'am.
visible.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Okay, so today we are going to discuss something about the career opportunities. So I hope everybody are from first years of MBA, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so here I would like to understand now how many of you are really interested to do a management. So because the management course today has become a fancy, because everybody will say that I'm doing MBA, I'm doing MBA, but MBA is not just a course. I'll tell you. So it is like enhancing your skills. It's like that. So no, maybe let me know how many of you are really passionate about doing a management degree, and rather than saying that no, ma'am, no, just to pass 2 years. So I'm just doing MBA because when I did my MBA, 90% of people along with me, they were telling me that no. No, Repti, 2 years I have to pass my no marriage years. So I'm doing MBA. So is there anybody like that? Or you are really passionate about doing MBA? Or it's like to study some PG degree, I'm doing MBA. So can I see some hands raising? Okay, so you have people raising the hands. Okay, so that's really nice. So I hope you people are really interested and you are not very passionate on doing MBA. But I'm telling you, learning MBA in the classroom will not work. So as I'm alumni of Sri Krishna institutions, I hope you will get a lot of exposure to the external market also. So that is why today we have this session. Okay, so maybe in today's agenda, so we'll talk about the different concepts of Industry 4.0. Maybe a lot of people would have not known about what is Industry 4.0. So do not worry. Today you learn something new. It is not just like normal curriculum or things. Today you are going to learn the real technology which is going to change the world. And we'll not talk about 7 key applications where this technology is being used, and what are the career opportunities you have in this particular technology, and what level of competency you have to develop so that you get into an industry with this particular technology. And same likewise, now I'll also give you a brief about MaxByte and the learning division, the factory science. Okay, so I quickly wanted you all to grab your mobile or in your laptop. So do go to your browser and type www.menti.com. And when you type this web link, it will ask a code. Please enter this code 75040220. If you are very lazy enough to type the web link, you can scan this QR code as well. So please let me know once you have logged in into the site with that link. Yes. So I
Share the
hope.
screen. I
I'm
think
here.
this code is not visible now.
Okay. Yes, sir. I'm just sharing. No problem. Yes. So I hope you have logged in. Yes. So this is the first question for you all today. Do you wish to pursue a career in emerging technology? Yes. No. Don't know. Okay. Yes. I've got two. Yes. No. Okay. Okay. 9. We have 12 people answered. Okay, so we have got maximum numbers telling that you wanted to pursue a career in emerging technology. Done. Okay, nice. Okay. So does anybody know what is Industry 4.0? Okay, don't know. Yes, even I don't know before when I came into this technology, I don't know what is about it. Okay, so a lot of people doesn't know. Then this session will really give you a new experience on the technology, I guess. Okay, to an extent, we have one person. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so let me know how many engineering graduates are here in this group. Yes, raise your hands. No engineering graduates. Okay. We have a lot of engineering graduates. That's really nice. Okay. So, in case you're engineering graduates, now which stream are you from? Maybe guys will be from mechanical, the girls computer
E-
science, ECE, triple E.
ECE, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. That's nice. We have one from ECE. So I hope many guys are from mechanical background. Yes. Any guys? Yes. Guys doesn't talk much.
Yes. Okay. Dinesh.
Guys.
CSE, ma'am.
From?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm from mechanical background.
Okay, we have Dinesh. Okay, then fine. So today is okay. So apart from engineering, there are arts and science students also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so maybe 50-50 population in your class, or how is the ratio of engineering and the arts and science?
We have 35% of engineering and remaining as next up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, that's not a problem. Yes.
And we have
Okay.
more IT, CSE background students here in BSc.
Okay, okay, so that's really nice. Yes. So, so my screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is Industry 4.0? So we all know that we had an industrial revolution in the year of the 18th century. So the industrial revolution is where we started manufacturing the steam engines, and those steam powers were also generated. So it was in the late 18th century. So that was called the industrial revolution, and it was called Industry 1.0. And when few years later, no, 2 centuries later, in the 20th century, we had Industry 4, and again an industrial revolution called Industry 2.0. In this Industry 2.0, we introduced, no, started introducing electrically powered engines. So then come the startings of the 1970s. We had Industry 3.0. So this Industry 3.0 revolution, we started using all the electronics and IT devices. We had robots, we had softwares, we have systems. So we started using all in the Industry 3.0. So when we come into today, this revolution is called Industry 4.0. So you might ask me, ma'am, we have all systems in Industry 3.0. Then what is the next stage, Industry 4.0? So Industry 4.0 is where all these systems are being connected together. So in Industry 3.0, the systems all were isolated. And when it comes to the Industry 4.0, all the systems we are now connecting together. So that we call it as cyber physical systems. So you all no need to know all these names. No, just I'm telling you. So this is the Industry 4.0. So what is very important for this Industry 4.0? This Industry 4.0 mainly revolves on these four factors. So we call it as horizontal integration. So what do you mean by horizontal integration? It's like that the value chain is being connected. When we say value chain, right from the raw materials which is getting into the company till it reaches the customer, whole process is being connected. So that we call it as a value chain. And next, when we come to the vertical integration, we call it as lot size 0 or lot size 1. And what is lot size 1? Okay, so for example, the guys all, know, the guys who are in sports, they'll be wearing a sports shoe. So maybe you call it as one brand, Adidas. So Adidas has now very unique feature where you can go to the Adidas showroom. You can tell them that this is the shoe feature I want. I'm using this shoe for this particular application, and this is model I wanted. So if you show them a particular model and you give your order, you'll get the shoe in a couple of days. Now, why? Because specifically Adidas is like that. Adidas has particular machines. Okay, so those machines are very flexible and very customizable. If you give one particular detail to the machine, you will get the customized product you want. So Adidas is one particular organization which has that level of flexibility in the machines. models like in previous years the machines we have, if you give the raw material it will give only the particular product which the machine is being designed for. So that is not the case in industry 4.0. In industry 4.0 you can make your own customized products when the machines are very flexible. And next, when we come to consistent engineering, so the consistent engineering, as I said, the systems which are used in the complete value chain process should be connected. And finally, the main important drivers of Industry 4.0 is the people, because without people, all these features cannot be connected. So the people are the main directors of the value chain. Okay. And what is the difference which occurred in Industry 4.0 from Industry 3.0? So when we see in the in terms of the production operations, first initially in Industry 3.0, they just planned on things. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, so this many numbers we'll plan for the production in this particular month. For next quarter, we'll plan this, this many products. But when it comes to Industry 4.0, people start to act on the plan. They just don't plan on it; they act on the plan. And Industry 3.0, the work what they're carrying out will be based on their experience. So based on the people experience, the people started working. But in Industry 4.0, completely it is based on the information, because every detail of the process and the people working on the process will be monitored, and only the data speaks in Industry 4.0. And when it comes to Industry 3.0, the people, the main native mindset of people is to save money. They wanted to save money, they want to give it to the next generation. But in Industry 4.0, they develop on revenue streams. They create new revenue streams. Not just they depend on one particular process. They think that okay, so what new things I can do so that I'll get more revenue from that. So they think in the long term basis. So this with regards to the production operations. When it comes to the IT section, the IT section is very very simplified in Industry 3.0. But when it comes to Industry 4.0, it is very very real time. You will get the data in minutes, even in seconds you get the data. So the IT is very very important when it comes to Industry 4.0. Okay, so these are the few cases where Industry 4.0 plays a role. So this is the first case you can see where the IT systems are very rigid, but today it is very very flexible. It can be connected whenever they want. And so this is the one I said lot size one. So in the native manufacturing, you can see this workstation 1, 2, 3, where it is all connected. And just a minute. So you can see the workstations are being connected, and you can't make changes anywhere else. But here in the Industry 4.0 today, what you can see is it is very flexible. They can connect whenever they can change the process wherever they want. And so this is product as a service. Anybody has heard about product as a service? Yes, no, yes, no. Maybe the silence I'll take it as no.
No, ma'am.
No, okay, that's fine. Okay. So for product as a service, I'll tell you an example. So I hope everybody would have used Ola or Uber, right? So like that is an example of a product of a service. Okay. So you can ask me, what is there in that, ma'am? No, what is product of a service there in Uber or Ola? Okay. So you wanted to travel from one place to the other. So for traveling, you will not buy a car. Okay, you are going to hire a car, because the service of the car will help you to go to the place which you wanted. So you are only renting the service of that particular product. So that term is called product as a service. So even you can okay, you're going to a coffee shop. So you have a coffee machine there. So you pay only for the coffee which you drink, right? And similarly, the person who owns coffee machine does not gets the coffee machine for 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs. That particular person pays like okay for this one particular month. Uh, 1,000 coffees will come out of that machine. So for 1,000 coffees only he'll pay the amount. So this is called product as a service. So that is what today is very important in terms of Industry 4.0. Okay, so you all know that a product life cycle. Okay, so what is a product life cycle? So right from starting designing stage, the production stage, and finally the product comes out. So these are the three different stages which is very important in product life cycle. So when it comes to the now what is the drawback in this native product life cycle? So when it comes to the operations, there is poor visibility. In the poor visibility, in the sense I say, okay, the top management doesn't know what happens in the shop floor, because if they get the data only from the supervisors or managers only, they'll get to know. So there is no very poor visibility, and they are very reactive. If something wrong happens in the process, something goes wrong, now, once it goes wrong, only they can predict it. They know that okay, so this is the wrong; it has happened. So they are very reactive, and they have hidden operational costs as well. And when it comes to the IT, as I said, all the systems which they are using are very isolated, and they are not at all connected. So when you come to Industry 4.0, all the process of the product life cycle is being connected together. So as said, the engineering, the production, and the product, all the three are connected together, and we call it as smart product life cycle, or we call it as data driven product life cycle. So this is done in order to enable Industry 4.0. Okay. Okay. So, ma'am, you are talking about Industry 4.0, Industry 4.0. And what are the technologies which are really involved in Industry 4.0? So, Industry 4.0 is not one particular technology. It has around 9 to 10 technologies together which is put into it. So, you can see from big data analytics, cloud computing, cyber security, you have robotics, you would have heard about augmented reality, virtual reality, you would have played games in VR and AR, and the Internet of Things. So all these put together is the Industry 4.0 technology together. Okay, so this might look really weird to you. So I'll make this simple. So this is what an Industry 4.0 technology will look like. Uh, it's like right from you are connecting the hardwares. So what is Industry 4.0 technology, or you call it as an Internet of Things? So does anybody know what is Internet of Things? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am, somewhat.
Okay. So you can tell me what you know about sorry, no, Internet of Things.
It's a virtual thing. We don't want to operate it simultaneously. If we fix a program, it will do it by own.
Okay. So do you know any example about what is Internet of Things?
Ma'am, this is Ashika.
Yes, Ashika, yeah.
Uh, uh, the best example for IoT is like a mobile phone. Like in mobile phone, we are having calculators, cameras, and everything is embedded into one particular device. So we can call it as an IoT device.
Okay. Okay, but to an extent it is right. But okay, so I'll give you one more example. Do you have no, smart watches?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So the smartwatch is one of the example of Internet of Things.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
yes, so what Internet of Things actually does is it monitors something. Okay, so it monitors something and it gives you the data of what it monitors. Yes, hope you got it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So if you take your smartwatch, it monitors your heartbeat, it monitors your steps, your performance, your activity, your goals, everything it monitors. You doesn't give it anything, but it monitors all those things and it shows you on the display of your watch. So this is what the technology called Internet of Things. So what is exactly happening inside the smartwatch is what this architecture will tell you. So if you take your smartwatch, so we say that is hardware layer. So your smartwatch is the hardware. And next, what happens is on this hardware we have attached sensors and all those things. So that will become your sensor layer. So this will be your sensor layer. And what happens is the sensor is connected to the hardware, and then the data has to get transferred, right? It it goes and stores somewhere else. It goes and stores your data in the, okay, if I take this as, no, I have an iWatch. So now my data is being monitored and is being stored in the iCloud. So the iCloud serves as a server for me. So it goes and stores on the iCloud. And now what happens in the iCloud and in the background? So the data which it takes from your body, the heartbeat or the steps I walk, it processes in the server, and then it gets displayed on the watch display. So this is what the first level, the display level. So this is what which happens inside a smart product. We all see this as one very small product and we use it every day, but a lot of things are happening inside it. So this is one typical example of Internet of Things. Okay, so Internet of Things is not just a word. Okay, it is like a step-by-step process. So when we talk about Internet of Things and Industry 3.0, 4.0, those are like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So Internet of Things and Industry 3.0 is the first stage. You can see this is the 6 different maturity levels. We say the maturity levels of the digital production, the digital systems. Okay, if you are going to work in a company, maybe manufacturing company, processing company, anywhere, if that company, we can tell as which level they are in which level they are digitized. So if we say if the company is not using any systems, they are completely dependent only on the manual work and the human workforce, we say that they lay on the computerization stage. And okay, the company is using some sort of systems. The finance people are using computers, and some process teams are using Excels for storing in data. We say that they are in the connectivity level. So the computerization and the connectivity level just lay in the previous revolution. So that is Industry 3.0. Next, we come to Industry 4.0. The Industry 4.0 starts from the stage 3. Okay, so if you're working in a company and the top management can see what is happening in the below level also. So no, in that stage, the company is in the visibility stage. When the company can understand why does it happen. Okay, so somewhere something wrong has happened in a process that is being intimated to the management, and when why that problem has been occurred and the reason for that problem, if they are be able to find and identify very easily, they are in the transparency level. Next is the predictability level. The word itself says they can predict and forecast the things which are going to happen in the future with the help of these systems. So that is the predictability. And the next stage will go to the adaptability. So the adaptability is now completely autonomous. Completely autonomously, everything happens. And more importantly, these different stages are with respect to the digital technology which the industry is using. Okay, so I hope. Okay, so maybe you are all 2K kids, so you would have not known of this particular cartoon. Yes, does anybody has seen this cartoon, Jetsons? Maybe the staffs would have seen, maybe their kids would have seen. Yes, so anybody, does you have seen this cartoon anywhere in your late childhoods?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay, maybe you are all 2K kids, so that you would have not seen. Okay, so this is a cartoon which was being telecasted in the 90s, late in the early 90s. Maybe I'm a 90s kid, so I know this cartoon. So all the technology has been discussed in this particular cartoon itself. So this is called Jetsons. So Jetsons is a family. There is a family, and they live in the space, and they use all the technologies of Industry 4.0. You can see here the audio and video calling, the conference call. Wherever the people are, they can talk to their homes, They were using telemedicines. Uh, Now today, the after COVID, we have doctor consultations, smart medicals we have. So telemedicines, they had smartwatch video calls, and they had robots, jetpacks, and they have cleaning robots. So these are technology which they have visualized in 1980s and 1990s itself. So this is like they have near Sprockets Production Center. So they can sit anywhere in the world, seeing the system, they can identify where the production process has gone wrong, and they can go and rectify, and they can tell the people working. So this technology was not introduced during 90s and 80s, but they have visualized that okay, this particular technology will be the future. Yes, now today the technology is in place, and no, definitely it is the technology is online. Okay, so the manufacturing initiatives are getting changed, but the financial objectives have not changed. So I'll tell you, because the people here in India, they are very, very, what to say, narrow-minded. They don't want it to put money in the other business. Apart from Ambani and Tata, the other manufacturing people who are into the business, they don't want to put money in some other business, and they don't want to lose it, because so they save the money. So those are like the mindsets. But any transformation or change they wanted to make in their own process, they have to put in their money in some other business and bring in a revenue stream. So this what Tata Sons and the Ambani does. You know that Ambani is into all businesses. There is no business that he's not into. What is the secret of that? He doesn't sit only with the Reliance. You can see that he has jumped into the retail market. He is into the sponsoring the cricket. So he's into different initiatives. He brought in Geo Mobiles. He doesn't stop with Geo SIM. He brought in Geo Mobiles and everything. So he is one typical businessman. He doesn't stop with one particular business. So that is what a businessman has to think. He has to put in his effort and his money into the other business, so that his revenue stream grows and his business value will also grow. So that it will definitely reduce the operating cost, and it will increase the efficiency of the asset he has. So the financial objectives will be met. Okay, so these are the top 10 areas where the IoT has played in. So you can see the top industry which the IoT is currently growing is the manufacturing and the industrial sector. And then we have the transportation, mobility, and then the energy, retail, cities, healthcare. Now after COVID, the healthcare industry is also booming up with the technology of IoT. So these are the top 10 sector or industries which uses industry 4.0. Yes. So industry 4.0 is doesn't, it is not only for the industry. Everything is connected. So as I said, industry 4.0 connects all the systems together. So when I say it is smart mobility, we call it as Ola, Uber. You can how you can track like where your vehicle is, where it is coming. So that is Internet of Things. So that is industry 4.0. So that we call it as smart mobility, smart logistics. Like in your Amazon, it shows you that okay, your order is it is packing, it is on the way, you are reaching. So no, that we call it as smart logistics. Next is smart building. Yes, so smart building today, it is being coming into the phase where the complete monitoring of the building can be done. So not using the camera, but using the technology, and using the smart products like smartphones, smart watches, everything day to day you use. And smart grids is the energy. So in today, everybody wanted to save energy, they wanted to save money. So people started fixing in digital energy meters. So where it will show you that how many meters, how many watts of energy you have used, and you have a particular system for it, or like mobile application or web application telling you that okay, So this much of watts I have used, this much of money is there, and that particular application will also show you that how many of watts of energy you have wasted in that particular application. Maybe you have switched on your washing machine once that is done, so that energy goes on waste. So all these deep dive informations will show you. So all these things are being connected, we call it as smart factory. So, a lot of parts of the country, Industry 4.0 is called in different names. So, in India, it is called Made in India. In Australia, it is called as the next wave of manufacturing. Or in Korea, it is called as manufacturing innovation. So, in different parts of the country, it is called different names. But the main technology used is Industry 4.0 and Internet of Things. Okay. So now I have told you about all Industry 4.0, Internet of Things, all these things. Okay, you can ask me, ma'am. Okay, you would have told us the theory concepts. Where was really used? Is this technology really in use? Are people using this technology now? Really, uh, no, can we develop this technology? No, maybe you would have seen the Avengers movie, the Marvel series. The technology which is used by Iron Man, no, he's using artificial intelligence. So that artificial intelligence is a part of Industry 4.0. So you can ask me, ma'am, those all in movies they are doing, ma'am. In real life, it is not possible. No, in real life, it is really, really possible. So there are different kinds of applications which are being developed and used in our own country itself. So here I'll be showing you a few cases like that. Okay, so this you can see. Okay, maybe I'll not go deep into the theory concepts. Where in the industry we have a machine. So the machine runs day to day, 24/7, year on year it runs. But the industry people, they wanted to find how efficiency is the machine running, how efficiently is the machine working. So the machine just shows, okay, how many hours it runs and how many hours, how many products it gives out of the machine. But how can we calculate the efficiency of the machine? So you can ask me, why ma'am we have to calculate the efficiency of the machine? The machine is just running and let it run. Now why should we calculate? We have to know the efficiency of the machine to understand when the machine will go down, when the machine will break down. So all these things will be understand only when we know the efficiency of that particular machine. So if I say we wanted to calculate the efficiency of the machine, we call it as overall equipment effectiveness. So for that, we have to calculate the productivity, the quality, and the availability of the machine. So this is not very easy. For this, we have used the technology, and I'm just playing the video. Okay, so you can see the video. Okay, so this video is not clear. So you can see, these are the background works which happens when it comes to the technology. Okay, so this is one particular industry which is in Mysore, which is a very big access manufacturing industry. Here you can see the systems here. The TVs has been installed, and you can see that where that particular product is, there will be a lot of stations in the industry where that particular product is and in which station the product is, and what work is going on. So when the product moves to the next stage, this will get updated. So this is what we call it as visibility stage. Okay, so next we call it as the connected logistics. So now here we have one of the robots. It is like the robot. If you give the particular instruction to the robot, it goes, it collects the raw materials, and it then goes to that particular place. So if there is any obstacle in between, the robot stops. You can see. So if you give a particular instruction to the robot, it goes. You can immediately stop the robot. You can change the battery. So now wherever the obstacle is, the robot stops. So it goes, it lifts the material, it goes, drops where it is required. So this is one particular technology. And so this is one technology which we call it as paperless and preventive breakdown autonomous maintenance. So it is not that you have to go to the machine, you have to take up the data. No. So there's one particular app which has all the data about the machine. If you give that, if you want any particular data, if you scan the QR code of the machine, you will get the complete details about the machine. So if you want any data, if you go ask the system, it will give you the data. So you can see, so this is web application of it. So this gives all the data of the machine. So at what time it is broken down, and who is the operator working on the machine, and what kind of maintenance they have done. So everything are being captured here. Yes. So this is one interesting technology. So we call it as digital twin. So you all would have heard about AR, VR. So the information is only not enough. No, digital is also not enough. So intelligence is not enough. But visualization is the real importance and the challenge here. So your digital twin, we call it as, you can sit anywhere and you can see what is happening in the industry. So this is the virtual factory. This is actually a live factory. So you can sit in your home and you can monitor the factory throughout. So this we call it as digital twin. So it is like a twin of the real factory. So you can see, you can get into any particular section of the factory. So this is the factory. You are getting into one particular section of the factory, and you can find how the machines are. The health of the machines can be identified, and same wise, if there is any issue identified in the machines, also that particular issue will also be shown in that digital twin section. You can see here. You can see what are who are the operators who are working in the that particular machine or that particular section. I know what is all happening. So it is like real time tracking of the factory. It happens. So next, this is like VR based. You would have all played VR game, virtual reality games, AR related games. So this is like a training. So an operator comes in, so he'll be given the same, he'll be given a tab, and all the instructions will be on the tab, and he has to follow all the instructions, then only it will go to the next stage. So you can see here the instructions will, so he has to wear the clothing, he has to wear the goggles, so he has to check whether he has wear all things. If he gives on check, then it goes to the next. So if he satisfies all the safety concerns only, he will go to the, he is allowed to go to the shop floor. So you can see here, he is working. This is like a training section for him. So if there is any wrong happens, what all he has to do, what are the safety measures he has to do, and what are the healthy things he has to do, everything will be mentioned there in the system. So this is one particular example. And so this is also, it's like a pre-buying experience. Okay, so tell me, if you are going to buy a TV, okay, so you wanted to buy a 45-inch TV, but your hall size is very big. So you don't know whether the 45-inch TV will be very small to the wall, or else you want a 55-inch TV you want. So in that case, what you will do? Yes, anybody?
You need to measure it and go for it.
Okay, so you say you measure the wall and then you check the inches of the TV and then you buy it. Yes, okay. So, but during this technology, you no need to measure all the walls and no need to do all those things. So, we call it as pre-buying experience. So, this is no, we have made it for water purifier. So, this application you can get into your tab or your mobile. You can, this is for water purifier. If you go click on that particular type of water purifier, uh, you can place your tab on wherever you wanted to place. So it is like it will show, okay, so this is the water purifier. If you keep here, this is how it will look. So we call it as pre-buying experience. So this is for the mounted type. If you are going to keep on the table, a tabletop, okay, this is how it will show. Okay, so if you keep there or on the floor, this is how it will look. So you will know how exactly the visualization of the product is when you buy and keep it there. So this is like now this is now one more type like a stand. So here now here also it will say what are the different types you can keep, different models also you can go and see. So you will know, okay, so this is the right product which I can buy. So this is giving you an experience of the product before you buy. So this is what the key applications which are being used lively in the industry today. Okay. What are the career opportunities? Okay, you might ask me. Okay, no, we are only 30% of engineering students. No, the others are of arts and science background. What are the career opportunities, ma'am? So we are now, no, we are not into engineering field now. We are completely into a management field. But what should we do in the technology? This is the answer for you. So you can get into a job, you can work on R&D, and there are even entrepreneurship opportunities. Because Industry 4.0, I'm telling you, it is one emerging technology, and wherever you go, this plays a major role. So as you can see here, uh, the human works has come down, and the machine, the rate of automation has been increased. So now many researchers has told the no, this particular revolution is only for the automation. Yes, and you would have heard if you open a magazine on automation or the Economic Times somewhere in some day, you would have heard that robots are stealing human jobs. The experts say that the automation will take around 40% of jobs, and there are no jobs for human anymore. So these headlines are wrong. They are not at all right. Even you would have thought that okay, if these automations would come in place, we will not get jobs. No, if the automations come inside, who's going to take care of those automations? The machine will not rectify its own mistake. Yes, there are few machines which can identify the mistakes happening inside, but who's going to take care of those machines and their job? Who's going to take care of the automations? Who's going to manage these automations? Everything can be done only by humans. So the technology coming inside will not take away human jobs. You have to be ready for the technology. You have to be equipped enough to manage those technologies. So that is what now this current industry is expecting from new generation. So as you can see, there are no 75% of jobs are lost. But in today's technology, it is 133 millions of jobs is being created. So jobs is now really ready in the market. But no, what is really challenging? Yes, that we'll see in the forthcoming slides. Okay, so it is not man versus machine, it is man helps machine. Because once man helps machine, only the machine can work. So we spoke to a lot of manufacturers. So we wanted to understand what is their drawback in adapting to the technology. because people are finding hesitant to adapt to the technology. And now, what is the real challenge? The real challenge, we understood that there is a skill gap. So in an industry, you'll see that in 20 years, 25 years, people are working in an industry. But when it comes to a new adoption to the technology, they are very, very hesitant because they are not skilled enough to accept the technology. So we understood that there are nearly 35 percentage of skill disruption, the lack of knowledge, lack of resources, or lack of experts to teach them the technology. So there is a very big skill gap. So because of that only, we are lagging back, when considered to the other countries. So in this COVID-19, a lot of things has changed. Even we have changed in few aspects, and companies also are changing. Companies, they are no scaling up. They wanted to work remotely. These past 2 years, you attended your online classes, you were at home, you were studying remotely. Even industries were functioning remotely. So they wanted to bring in digitization so that they can start working remotely. They wanted to accelerate digitization. They wanted to start their automation. So you can see the the job opportunities and the emerging roles. Now, now the current growing job demands are like analyst roles. They want the data managers, data translators. The which jobs are being decreasing. Now the native data entry clerks, the data entry jobs, the executive kind of jobs are being decreasing in a long scale. So this is like the R&D opportunities. So no, this we call it as no hype cycle. So this is for the Internet of Things. We say that we start from the software engineering. We call it as IoT software engineering, where the people starts working on the data, and it goes to the top. So when you talk about the artificial intelligence, the computing, the we have technologies that uh, analytics, no data science. So it goes up to the height. So now the cycle is on the top here. So top, it is top in the computing stage. So you have a lot of R&D opportunities here as well. So you can see there are about global startups. There are about 770 startups based on the technology in specifically in Industry 4.0. So when you see in 2021, the top 10 Industry 4.0 trends wherein artificial intelligence, the augmented reality, virtual reality, the big data analytics, the 3D printing. So these are the emerging technologies which have been done in 2021. So there are a lot of entrepreneurship opportunities. There are a lot of uh, fundings and investors who put in money to bring in technology. So in this past 3 years, there are now a lot of technology startups. So the technology startups, they really initially they build a prototype. They prove themselves that yes, they're capable of doing this particular technology, bringing in a particular solution for a particular problem. So there are a lot of investors ready to put in their money to bring in solutions like that. So there are a lot of entrepreneurship opportunities. So NASCOM is bringing in a lot of platforms or investors to build technology on Industry 4.0. In India, we have Startup India. Our prime ministers have bring in a lot of initiatives and a lot of investors to put in money in bringing in new startups. We have a lot of accelerator programs like that. Okay, so what kind of competency you have to develop so that you get adapt to the technology? These are the main three challenges we have to address. So when we come to the students you are really ready to learn the new technology which is coming on your way. Are the institutes are ready to give you to give the students the required learning and development opportunities to the students? And finally, the industry expects only the professionals who are already equipped, because in today's industry, in today's competitive world, the industry doesn't want it to take the fresh students. They don't want to put in training for 6 months and then put them on the actual work, because The freshers who gets in the industry, they get the complete training for 6 months, and once they are experienced enough to work on the technology, they leave the industry and they go for a better one. So the industry don't want to waste time on the training. So the industry wants the professionals who are already ready. So in today's terminology, they call it as industry ready students. So they just take the students who are already equipped with the technology and they deploy them on the work. So there are a lot of digital roles which is being coming into the industry. So when you're talking about digital manufacturing, Internet of Things, so for that they have a set of roles. So they have like digital managers, digital development managers. So they have separate roles for that. So, what are the key competencies you have to develop? First, you have to know the technology, the behavioral skills, the innovation, task management, and the deep domain. So, these are the five competencies which you have to know. When I come to the technology, so these are the technology which one has to build in. So, you have the technology and the different levels. So, these particular technology you have to know in this particular level. So, when I say it has artificial intelligence platform, so you have to be in level 1. So if I say level 1, it is like you have to know at least the theory, so you have to map yourselves here. So next is the behavioral skills. Not only being technically strong will make you an expert. So you have to be expert in on your behavioral skills also. So these are the three top behavioral skills which will transform your workplace in the future. So like your soft skills, that plays a really, really major role because you have to adapt to the technology, the change, you have to work flexibly. In today's condition, flexible work culture is very, very important, and you have to be very transparent in your work culture. So no, these are in 2020. No, these are the skills which they were thinking that is really important for the industry, like the people management, coordinating with others, emotional intelligence. So these are the things they think it is really important. But no, so in 2022, the skill sets are being completely changing. In what are the growing skills you have to have? You have the critical thinking. First thing is innovation and creativity, and then you should have analytical thinking. You have to be very active learner. You have to learn a lot of strategy, problem solving skills. All these skills are very important when you come to the 2022. Next is the deep domain knowledge. You have to understand the technology or the concept where you're going to work in. So you should have a very deep knowledge on the place where you're going to work in. So just you can't go work somewhere else. And next is the task management. This is very, very important when it comes to the 2022 year, because you just working on different tasks separately, randomly, will not make you a smart worker or an efficient worker. You have to manage your tasks every day. Your each and every minute task has to be managed, because today's industry, they are calculating the productivity of the workforce only based on their task management. So you have to practice on managing your tasks. There are a lot of tools available on the web like Trello, Slack, Miro. You have no Teams to-do list. You have Teams Planner. You have Google to-do list. So start tracking your activity so that you don't miss any activity, and make it a habit, so that if you start making activities today, it will definitely help you when you work on a workplace. And next is the innovation. So you have to think like you, okay, so what new you can bring to the process, or what new product you can develop. So you as a management people, as management, so to say the managers who are going to drive the industries, you have to bring in a lot of innovation and creativity inside you. So you have to start building it. So that's very, very important. So for that, we have a lot of tools and trainings happening. Design thinking workshops are happening everywhere. Start participating in design thinking workshops so that your innovation and creativity thinking will start developing. So there are no Lean and Six Sigma certification programs. So please do participate in those kind of programs, so it will increase your thinking. So the time needed to start new skills online. There are a lot of courses online. You know that if you take up a course of now 1 to 2 months, you can only develop skills like content writing, sales and marketing skills. If you put in still more time, like 2 to 3 months, you cannot develop skills like product development. You can learn about data science. You can learn about artificial intelligence. If you still have more time, like 4 to 5 months, you can really learn about the engineering skills and cloud computing, the technology which is really driving the industry. So so this is one particular example, or I can say the difference between the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. So no, you set of people, you are being called as Gen Z students, because the students who have been already passed out of the college, or who is being currently in the college, and who's going to be passing out. So they are being called as Gen Z. So the Gen Z students' mindset has to be in a growth mindset. So you don't fix your mindset. You should not be in this particular category, because today's world is very flexible. They now want you to be very flexible in the workplace, or work you do. You should not stick to your mindset that okay, so this is one particular work which I can do one day. No, you are given with lot of work. You are given with bundles of tasks to do per day. So you have to prioritize it. You have to make your mindset like that. So you have to be really really constructive. You have to be flexible. You should not go down when you see a failure, because that is one thing which is very very important in a growth mindset. You should learn, because every day is a new day for you. Every day in a job is a new day for you, and you learn a new thing every day. So you should keep your mind open. You should not start learning new things. So that is what a growth mindset should have. And you should also try new things. Like you should not do, okay, if you go sit in an IT company doing a programming every day, you do the same programming. It's you management people are not like that. You have to bring in new initiatives into the organization. You have to bring in new ideas into the organization, because you are going to sit in a position of a manager. So people will be expecting a lot from you. So keep your mind open, and be open to the challenges. Okay, so I would have told a lot about Industry 4.0 and everything. To come about, what is the factory science? The factory science is one part of the max by technology, and you would have they gave you a brief of max by technology. Okay, so what does max by technology does? Max by technology is a company. We are like an end-to-end solution provider. We provide digital solutions to the company, right? From when we say like an end-to-end digital solutions provider, we start from the providing the hardware, connecting the hardware to the machine, deriving the data from the machine, analyzing the data, visualizing the data and the machine, and finally giving it on the hands of the customer on the mobile and the web. So this is what MaxPay does. So we have around 35 plus customers. We are in 5 different regions in Dubai, US, UK, Singapore, Malaysia, India. So we just don't want it to stop only on the implementation side. So we wanted to put in another revenue stream for the learning and development. No, so as we spoke, there is a skill gap between the industry and the students. So we wanted to bridge that skill gap. So to bridge that skill gap, we started the factory science. So the factory science is a learning and training division at MaxByte, and myself Revati, and I am heading the learning division at MaxByte called the factory science. So what we do, we educate industry 4.0. So we offer 2 different programs. We in our first set of programs, we offer online self-service and mentor guided training programs to the students and the professionals. And we also set up a digital lab, like an Internet of Things lab, IoT lab, to the institutes also. So these are the 3 different online programs which we offer. So first we call it as masterclass. The masterclass is like no webinar. So it is like we have 12 different topics. we'll be conducting this masterclass is being there for the every week. So 12 hot topics of Industry 4.0 will be taught there in the masterclass. And next, when you come to the workshop is for you, like digital managers like you. So you know, when you know the technology, you go into industry, you learn many concepts, you will be called as digital managers. So people like you, digital managers, we are conducting this workshop. Like if you go into an industry, there will be a lot of pain points in the industry. So now what is the main role of digital managers is to understand the pain points of the industry, and how you have to prioritize, because there will be 10 to 20 pain points in that particular industry. So how are you going to prioritize that pain points, and what kind of solution you can bring to that pain point, and who can you bring in to provide that solution, and how you have to implement the solution, and how you are going to manage the solution. So these are the different steps. So these different steps are being taught to digital managers, and the tools and the applications used for the completing the steps will be taught in this workshop. And finally, the diploma program. The diploma program is very, very important. So now current this diploma program, we have around 7 different programs inside this diploma. So that 7 different programs is being divided into 4 levels, which I'll be talking you next. So as I said, we'll also be setting up a lab. So this is our learning framework. So we call it as learning framework of the factory science. So barely going and learning a concept, it will not stick to your mind. So initially what we do is that we give you an experience. So we'll make you experience lively about how the technology will look like. So you can go, you can feel the technology, you can touch the technology, you can see lively how the industry 4.0 works. And once you feel the technology, next we will put you into the learn phase. We will start giving you the programs and the learning, the other the learning opportunities for you to understand the technology which you saw and felt in the experience phase. So once you understand the technology, the learning curve doesn't stop there, because once you learn and you go, you'll forget. We don't want you to do that. So we make you to adapt to the technology. We'll be conducting periodic workshops. We'll be giving you business cases to solve. You'll have experiment kits to solve. So you'll be given periodic updates about industry 4.0. You'll have skill development or career progressions. All these will have. So this is like a complete cycle. So first you experience, then you learn what you experience, and then you adapt to the technology you learn. So this is the complete learning framework which we follow. And so we ignore this date. So actually, when I spoke about diploma program, so as I said, it's like this diploma program, now diploma in industrial digitization, contains 7 different programs. So this 7 different programs is being split into 4 levels. So as I said, this program will start right from the foundation of understanding what is IoT. So then one by one, you will learn all the technologies inside. You learn about data science, you learn about augmented reality, you will have hands-on experience on the technology. So once you complete this 4 levels, we are also giving soft skills training as well. So once you understand this complete technology, we are providing you internship programs. So we are giving internship program for a month, and based on your this training performance and your internship performance, we are scheduling interviews for you. There will be a placement drive. A lot of top industries, manufacturing industries, will come in to pick you guys based on your performance. You'll be scheduled interview, and now successfully we have run 2 batches. The 2 batches are completely placed, and now the third batch started from 13 December, and it is running successfully. So it is like a job guaranteed program. So we teach you technology, and then we put you in the right place where you want it to. So the 4th batch starts in January. And if you're really interested, please let us know. And I'll share you my contact details and email ID, so you can mail me anytime. Okay, so So this is the discount actually for the program. So now initially the cost of the program is now 70,000. So as I said, the diploma program has 7 different programs inside. Okay, you can ask me, ma'am, 7 different programs at 55,000. It is very very more costlier, ma'am. But if you go see on the other online learning platforms, no one particular no technology program they'll cost around 30,000, but we are providing 7 technology programs under 55,000. So we are giving you a 20% discount immediately. And for now, based on initial assessment with you and your academic performance, we are giving you extra 20% discount, and you will get no paid internship for 2 months. And no, the best performer of the batch, they'll give no they'll get the best performer endorsements in the social media, the websites, everything. And for the next batch, the placement drive, we are starting from 21st February. So this offer is only for today. So please let me know if anybody is interested. And what are the key takeaways for today? And as I hope you would have learned something new about Industry 4.0, the technology, how you have to prepare yourself for the technology change, and know what are the different career opportunities, the landscapes, and also we spoke about our learning program today. So, any questions? So I'm done with the session. So I have took a lot of time, I guess.
It's really interesting to look into the future. So we are always excited to get all these. I hope some questions from the students will be there.
Yes. Any questions from the students?
Yeah, students, you can chat
Yes,
questions
ma'am.
and we can also post in the chat box also.
Niveta here, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am,
Niveta. Yeah.
what are all the skills required to join Industry 4.0, ma'am?
Yes. Uh, so I told you, right, the competency skills. If you wanted to take up a career in like industry 4.0, it is not that you have to have any particular skills. You have to just open your mind, but you should know the technology. So that is what you have a lot of learning programs, a lot of training programs around. So maybe in online you have a lot of programs. So the programs which I showed you is also it's very open. It's not
Ma'am,
that you learn only particular technology.
you mentioned that artificial intelligence, big data, and
Hmm.
IoT, all these things. May I
Hmm.
know which is more important, ma'am, in this? Comparatively, which is more important?
Okay. So the technology which I told, like the artificial intelligence, big data, those are like very very vast concepts. Okay. So you first understand what is Internet of Things, because Internet of Things is the base for all this technology.
Okay.
What exactly happens in Internet of Things? And when you learn about Internet of Things, these concepts all come inside. No, next by next.
Uh,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. So thank you, Nimita. And
Ma'am, this is
anybody else?
Ashika.
Yes, Ashika.
I'm having a doubt like what are the internship opportunities for my interest in my core area is HR. So I would like to have an internship in MaxBite in in HR department. So is there any opportunities available?
Yes, actually, yes. I was about to talk about that.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So we have internship opportunities open at Max Buy. So I'm just sharing no link on the chat box. So who are interested, internship programs, please do fill in your details in this link. So no, we have internship opportunities in the HR. We have in the engineering side. We have on the finance section. No,
Uh,
we have on the analytics section also.
and ma'am, I have done internship in MaxBite for about 10 to 15 days, and I also know you before.
Oh, that's fine. I would have not.
Yes, yes.
Then maybe we would have.
2019 December, I guess.
Okay, okay. Maybe no, we would have seen. I am not sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, maybe you have seen there in me office.
Yes, ma'am. We had Christmas celebration also.
Okay, that's nice.
at that time.
Okay, maybe if you could on your video, I can just see your. So I couldn't recognize. Yeah.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. So others, please, no, do fill in the form. Now we have internship opportunities now. Currently running. We want around 20 to 25 people we are taking in. So no, please fill in this form. You'll get a call from our HR department for to understand your interest and your slide. Like one-on-one interview will be happening, so that we'll take you guys into for the internship. Yes, Ashika, I saw you. Yes, I could recognize you. Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a question from my side. Whether the coding
Yes.
knowledge is essential, many of the students may have this question in their mind
No, sir.
to enter into the.
Yes, sir. This question comes, in everybody's mind. I can understand. No, coding is not at all essential for industry 4.0. I'll tell you. Only skills which you need is flexibility and the logical thinking. The logical thinking is very, very important in industry 4.0, and you have to be very flexible to adapt to any technology you are in. So that is only the very important thing, and coding is not at all necessary, sir. Because we in our company, we are around 120 people, 120 people now, and these 120 people are not from computer science and IT background. They are from only the mechanical, mechatronics, robotics background. So those people only we run the companies. So it's not that only the technology people is required. Even they have place. It is not that completely they are also not required. Computer science, IT people also we are using, but basically it is not that you should know coding.
And really, how these people will get adopted? I mean, as a HR, how you make these people to adapt to such kind of new environment, new learns?
Yes. So in the HR, human resource, they get adapted to wherever they go. So because they are no main skill is no people adaptability. So maybe the HR's main skill is like that. So it is not that HR should know the technology. They have to know how to manage people who are in technology. So because there are variety of people working in different technologies and different mindsets. So the people in HR, they have to be prepared to tackle people. So that is what the main skills which they require, because there'll be 15 20 years experience people are also there, freshers are also there, people like 2 years 3 years experience in the company is also there. So they have to be able to orient themselves among them and work accordingly. Yeah, that is what very important for HR, I guess.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Finally, one question from my side. So how these people, I mean, the students can learn or track what is really happening in the industry. Say, what is a possible way to track what is happening really and what is the really required skill at the current situations?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so actually we have a platform called the Factory Science Community. So I'll share you the link in the chat. So it is like a free login for you all guys. So in that that community is specifically for technology. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, so that community is not specifically for technology, and every technology updates and the skill required for today's technology will be updated there. You will get every updates of the industry 4.0 technology also. So I'm just sharing the link in the chat. You can just log in freely into the community. You can find a lot of questions. You can find in this community. You can ask whatever doubts you have. You can get clarified whatever doubts you have. There are a lot of industry experts. You will get answers for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Students, any more questions? You can just put it up.
If it's possible, can I have everybody on the video so I can take a screenshot of it?
Yeah, possibly, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So the students who are there currently, please turn on your videos.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Niveta. There are two Nivetas. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Abhishika. Yes. So the others doesn't want it to switch on their videos. Yes, I have. I wish.
Guys, please turn on your videos for a moment.
Yeah. Yes, so that I can take a screenshot and I can save this.
Just hold for a second.
Yes.
We
So yeah.
started also parallelly. It started as time goes up. So a few people
Oh,
left because of that. We have another club activity that is currently running in parallel session.
okay.
So those
Okay.
club members they just left after the 11:35 or 40.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to eat up your time, guys.
I know, I understand. It's not. It's really very pleasure to have you all, have you to be here. It's shared so many things, and I hope all our students have enjoyed a lot.
Yes. No. So hope I didn't board today's class. Yes.
No,
So I'm.
it's not. We really enjoyed knowing so many new things, and we know so many things in terms of like a few part, and we now learn the other part also, kind of.
Yes, sure, definitely, sir. So I'm no, thank you so much, everybody. I took a screenshot. Thanks a lot. So I hope I didn't bore the session. You had a very new session today, and we have internship opportunities. I've shared the link, so please do put in your interest there so that you'll get a call from our HR team. Sir,
Yes,
if you get any queries from the students, please let me know. We
yes,
are
ma'am. Sure. I will share
open
it,
for
and
the
we
yeah.
hope to have another session kind of thing in the future also.
Yes, definitely, sir. We can make that up.
I expect your presence on offline. I mean, welcome to the colleges. We'll have a workshop kind of thing in the future.
Yes, definitely, sir. I'll come down there. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
that kindly finish with the vote of thanks. And,
Yes.
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not utter words, but to live by them. With the grateful words, I would like to propose the vote of thanks to today's program. I am grateful to God Almighty for making this webinar a success day. First and foremost, I would like to thank our chief guest, Mrs. Revati Jayakumar, product owner, Industry 4.0 Learning Solutions, Max Bay Technologies, who, despite her busy schedule, and found time to grace with this occasion. I would extend my gratitude to our chairperson and managing trustee, S. Malavidi Madam, who has shown her presence to our webinar meeting. We thank you, ma'am. I thank Well-wisher Principal Dr. Sri Vidya, Sri Krishna College of Technology for her support, vision, and commitment for all the faculties and success and the students around the clock. My heartfelt thanks to the head of the department, Dr. M. Padmavati, and the staff of our department for their valuable contribution, guidance, and the encouragement in all our efforts. Last but not least, I thank my friends for your cooperation in this meeting. Once again, thank you all the ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
thank you all. Thank you, my dear. Thank you all, meet you in the. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. No, thank you all. Thank you.